All right, Gym family, welcome back to Gym Tuesday. I have a special guest in the house. Who do we have?
Brii.
That's straight to the point. Introduce yourself to the family. Give us a background on the upbringing, what you do, and just your story.
Okay. Hi guys. My name is Brii and I go by Brii Tonic on Instagram. Let's see a little bit about me. I'm from Union. I'm 31 years old.
Oh shit.
I work from home and I dibble and dabble in my own podcast. And that's a little bit about me in a nutshell for right now.
Okay. What was the upbringing coming up in Union though? What was it like?
It's really diverse.
Okay.
Here. So I grew up with a mixture of white people and black people. A good neighborhood. Like I said, we have our crimes like every
Yeah.
you know, but it's not as I'm not gonna say it's not as broadcasted because we do have things that go on. You be like, yo, how come this didn't reach the news or whatever? But for the most part, it's a good neighborhood. I can say that for sure.
Okay.
I'm more so like a mental person. So
Got you.
anything I could do to inspire somebody, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna do it. Like I'm a big mental health advocate. So if you look good, you feel good.
For sure.
So that's what aided me to go into just the cosmetic world and stuff like that.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope. How important is mental health to you?
It's very important because I feel like a lot of people don't take it seriously because it's not a physical thing, but it can turn physical, if you get that dark into your own brain and stuff like that. I feel like mental health is wealth. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's real. It's a real thing. Like you have to take care of your mental, or you're not gonna be yourself. So that is very important to me. Very.
Yeah. What do you count as being a luxury that's not money?
Peace, because as a mental health, I'm not gonna say a survivor, but I do suffer from anxiety and
Oh,
depression.
for sure.
So I'm gonna say a survivor because I had my moments. I had my moments. So I strive for peace every day, even if it's small, because people don't think of that. They only think, like you said, money can buy happiness, or I got this car, I got this house, I reached this success, whatever. And at the end of the day, if you don't have no peace with all that you accomplished, you're gonna still feel like you're a failure. You're gonna still want more.
Right.
You have to find peace within yourself and what you bring, because you got to do it for yourself. You're doing things for other people. That's why you're constantly chasing a bag or a higher level or something. Like you could be at the highest level, but like I said, if you don't have no peace, then what you doing it for?
It might just be pride at this point, because I've just been thinking deep on it, like, because I was even once out there like, oh, you can't call me broke though, or you can't
Yeah.
and it's just like, yo, I'm so much more valuable than just what's in my bank, or how much I could spend on a fit, or what a person or a group of people think. It's like, dude, like my family look at me as a hero. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I got people that really look up to me. So it's kind of like, yo, I got to count that shit. And just like, that's like some shit that's priceless. Like, I start thinking about it. I'm like, damn, bro, like, I've been trying to be a hero to these people. When I got all these people on my back already, it's like, nah, I got to keep going into purpose. So that's why I think I backed out of the street life, the public life, the outside life, because I'm just like, it's not serving anything to me.
I just keep it real with myself. I feel like we all had those moments where we wanted to keep up with Instagram. We wanted to keep up with our peers. We wanted to show we was in Miami, or we had this car. You know what I'm saying? Like we did this and the third. And it's like when you go back home, your bill's not paid. You ain't got no food in your refrigerator. Like, so it's like once again, it's all gonna go tied back into purpose. You got to do it for yourself. So like I just see through it because of my journey and what I've been through and what I want somebody to look at me. Like, all right, I view my Instagram page as raw. Like you go on my Instagram, natural. Like I have makeup on in some of my pictures if I'm going out, but I want some people to see the real me on my page. I don't want it to be like a catfish. And if I'm trying to inspire somebody, how can I have pictures or just videos of vacations on my thing and not being real? But I'm an activist for realism. You know what I'm saying? Like mental health advocate. Like, how can I do all of that and you come on my page and it's nothing? Like, I'm not being authentic. Like,
Right.
so whatever somebody do on their page, it really doesn't affect me. Like, I just hope that they're not letting their social media, mess them up personally. Because a lot of people do take social media way too serious. Way too serious. Even if you're doing it for a job, you have to decompress at the end of the day. Like, regroup, refocus, because you're gonna get caught up in that. Like, for no reason. It's an app that you open up and you scroll on. You choose to download it on your phone, but you're not choosing to download peace in your own life.
How do you deal with that? Because I know it's a struggle daily.
So how do I deal with social media, or how I deal with trauma in general?
Just trauma in general. I'm all off social media now. Like,
yeah.
I'm out of that.
Trauma. Whew, that's kind of that's deep. Honestly, I pray. That's the first thing I do. I ain't gonna lie. I pray. I talk to God. Therapy. I've been in therapy, and that's another thing I want to bring up too, because I feel like a lot of people are scared to go to therapy because they think that it's weak or it's not. They don't need therapy, especially in the Black household. Like, there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody who is not biased, who doesn't know where you come from, who wants to help you. It's good to get it out. Like, especially with Black men, they can't show emotion or whatever the case may be. That is not okay. But yes, I pray. I stay. If I feel like I'm overwhelmed or anxious, I do isolate myself so I could gather my emotions, and then I, move on into the world. But definitely, I stay prayed up.
I think that's really what keeps us against, like, a lot of Black men. They be like, "Oh, therapy, I don't need nobody," because they just don't trust nobody. You know what I mean? And I've gone through it. I think I've had 2 sessions the most. But once I figured out, like, how much I'm paying them, and I'm like, they ain't even really getting deep with nothing. I'm like, nah, you ain't about to finesse me. Like, now that's why I'm like, I'm about to create a platform and pour all this shit out. And then hopefully I gather a group of people that feel the same way. And it's coming along very well.
It is coming along very well.
For sure.
Proud of you.
Appreciate that. I see you wanted to get into podcasting. So what was the name? What did you want the vibe to be? I know it's still on the rise, but tell us about that.
I'm going to go back to what you said for a second, though. So you had 2 sessions, and you felt as though they didn't go deep. And then you went to them finessing you. That's a whole cycle right there. Because once again, you're thinking about money and not your peace. If you would have, they're like, you got to see it through, my boy. Even if you would have did a couple of more, got something off your chest and not thinking about the money's going to come. The bag is always going to be there.
For sure.
You may not be here the next day, but at least in that moment, in that day, you found peace to, God forbid something happened, you got it off your chest. I think at least everybody should go to therapy at least once or twice in their life. Sit through for at least 5-10 sessions. No, I don't get paid for that, but I could have. But I'm just saying, like, it is good. Like I said, peace of mind. So my podcast is called Off the Script. Okay. And I started it in the pandemic from my own mental health journey. It was supposed to be just about me and what I've been through, how I help people and stuff like that. But then I stopped it.
Damn.
Then I stopped it. I mean, I'm trying to get it back together. But like I said, it's hard. You said you doubt yourself.
Yeah.
I'll be like, nobody want to listen to me. Like, it's, nobody cares about what this girl is going through. And everybody got a story. So it's like, what makes my story different from somebody else's story?
You'll be surprised. Like, when you get behind a microphone or a camera or however you want it set up, you're going to feel at home, because I tell everybody, make it your home. Like, make it to where it's like, whoever comes through here, Obama could come in here, anybody, I'm going to still feel at home. It ain't going to be no butterflies, nothing, because like you said, peace. This is my place of peace. So I know when everybody say, oh, when the cameras cut on you, a different person. No, I'm the same, but I'm proud to just show myself, because it's just like, yo, what I overcame, bro, y'all don't understand. So the fact that y'all hearing me, it don't matter how many people hear me, it's kind of like I'm going to go forward. So I hope to see you out there off the script. Yeah, like come on now.
Yeah, maybe we could collab on
Yeah, for
something.
sure,
And
for
that's
sure.
the meaning behind it was just right there. Like I want you to just come and be yourself
For sure.
because of the script, social media, or whatever role you play day to day. Like I work in customer service, so I'm a different person at work than I am outside of work. So when you come to my show, I want you to be yourself.
For sure.
I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
So you keep saying you overcome. What are some things that you have overcome? That like
Self-doubt is my biggest one, I would say, because a lot of people don't understand. Like, I went to social media for a lot of reassurance, and I shouldn't have. I wasn't hearing it from family. I wasn't hearing it from whoever I was dealing with at the time. So I tried to put a lot of effort and faith into social media because the world that I created for myself, this character that I created, is kind of like, that's what I invested in. And I'm just like, oh my God, everybody loves Sizzo. Everybody loves him. So let me pour into this guy. And I'm just like, yo, under that, I'm Marcus. Like, you got to understand, like, it don't matter who they may see, always be Marcus, whoever you are, you know? And once I got over that self-doubt, just with Spill of Gems, it's kind of like, it taught me, like, no matter how much my mother wasn't in my life or how much I was neglected emotionally as a kid, it's kind of like I have a power, I have a gift. I'm genuine, I'm authentic, and I never tried to be like anybody else but me. So I spent all these years trying to figure out who I am, and I'm still figuring it out. But just overcoming that, I don't have it, or I'm just not enough. I'm so past that, and I thank God because it kept me out of a lot. Like, it kept me out of this for like close to 4 months at a time. And it's just like, yo, I got to tell myself, I don't need to hear it from mom, dad, sister, brother, the internet. I got to tell myself, you know, I got to like start my own car and warm it up before I get somebody else the keys type shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that self-doubt was different because it was deep. Like, that was a real part of my mental health, just like not hearing like, oh, you're special, you're gifted, you're talented, you are enough. Like, I'm not hearing this as much as I want to. So I let the expectation of everything just dictate who I am. And I'm just like, damn, bro, I don't hear that, so I'm not that. Right. So, yeah, it took me out of a lot. But now I'm myself. I am Marcus. Yes. I am present. I am here. And, yeah, I'm proud of that for sure. What's some of your podcasts that you look up to far as outside of yourself?
Oh my God, put me on the spot. Right now,
it's like a million of them. Yeah. So yeah,
this one right here.
Yeah, for sure. Respectfully,
because I can't even think right now.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. Like pandemic time, like what really got me off the porch was, of course, $1 million worth of game. I always give Wallow his credit more than Gilly because, you know, he was the motivational guy. So he like, man, you got your phone in your hand, man, make content. And that's what really just had me going off the bare phone. So I always give love the $1 million worth of game. I gotta say 85 South Show because I was like they old hilarious shit. Like, oh my God. Like, I haven't tapped in to none of they like new studio shit, but they old shows and all that. Oh my God, that got me through the pandemic for real. People don't understand. They got you through. But yeah, I think, and to make a third one, I'll go with somebody recent. I just gotta say Club Shay Shay, like just for Shannon Sharp, just what he's doing. Just I see like through his platform, I seen how everybody was his fan, his uncle, when he was up there saying skip this. Once he got viral and once he took off, you seen like the wolves come at him, and I'm just like, yo, he don't bother nobody, bro. All he did was give Cat a platform. Right. And it ain't like he, like, antagonizing it. Like, yeah, Cat, what else? He like, man, Cat, chill. Like, nah, that's him.
Exactly.
So I seen that, and I'm just like, yo, I'm proud of him, bro. Like, I will always salute because I seen people gain hate after having so much love.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, but yeah, pandemic was a hell of a time. How did you get through that? Yeah, 4-year anniversary of this shit.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, how did you get through that? Like, how was it for you?
It was a crazy time.
That's a stamp now. Like, that's
Yes,
history for
it
real.
is. We in the history book.
Yeah.
Let's see. How did I get through? Well, first of all, I was in the house before the pandemic because I wasn't working. So it felt like I was in the house for like 3 years at that point.
Damn. House arrest at this
it was
point.
crazy. Exactly. Might as well be. So I just chilled for real. Like, like everybody else, just in the house, on social media, listening to, what was that? Tori had his own.
Oh, yeah. Everybody had the
on
live shit
Instagram.
going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Connecticut for like 3 months.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Had family up there, and then my cousin moved out there
Okay.
for a job. And she was working from home. She was working from home at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, girl, you got to get out this house, blah, blah, blah. So took the opportunity, and I was up there. We were just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got through it. Just chilling, minding my business, drinking my water,
I wish I could say the same because I was working for Walgreens warehouse. So, mind you, I'm sending out all y'all paper towels and tissue and sanitizer
thank you,
y'all
thank
needed.
you.
So it was rough on a nigga, but it kept me through it. It kept me out the house. It kept me from, really just being like, oh my God, what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But pandemic was all right. The pandemic was honestly needed at this point because I think it gave everybody that factor of I can be something. And once they did it, they went for it. And I'm just like, yo, I appreciate that because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't know how to be a boss. I wouldn't know how to like sit down and really format a podcast because I had the time to do it. Yeah. I think everybody was locked in their house. So it's like, if you ain't start nothing, bro, during the pandemic, you're crazy. Yeah. You're crazy because if you were at home stuck or whatever it is, you had all that time to YouTube, Google. You had all that. It was no excuses. And you getting free money on top of that. Dog. Right. And that's another thing, too. That's what really, like, started all this.
Oh.
Yeah, I invest. Yeah, you got to invest, man. If they're going to give you free money, you might as well invest in yourself. But yeah, I learned the power in investing myself during that time because I was fishing. I'm like, yo, the phone ass, everybody telling me like, yo, the audio sound crazy. Let me get in the studio. Did the studio, then I feel like I just was like, I think it was I ain't gonna lie, some bullshit happened, but I think I was just like better off just being like, yo, I'm myself. Like, you got something going. Just, you don't need nobody. Right. Even though that was a bunch of help because like the guy that helped me, I always salute him. But once I got on my own, it was over. It's over. So pandemic, man. I salute all the survivors, all the essential workers, everybody in the hospitals, all like, it's been 4 years now. So that's crazy. Time is moving. I can't
believe it's about to be 4 years. I started back working in 2020. Trying to finish school. I am a communications major, so I do have background in this. But
where you graduate from?
Yeah, Union County.
Okay.
Trying to finish my bachelor's, but one day at a time.
One day at a time. Don't rush yourself.
School is never going anywhere.
It's always going to be there.
And do it if you want to. But you could find your way and make money other ways as well. You gotta be passionate about whatever you're gonna go into. Like I love all forms of communication.
For sure.
And comprehension. Hold on, I gotta say something.
Talk your shit. Yeah.
People love to say communication, but if you cannot comprehend, what are we talking about? If it's not connecting, the message is never going to get delivered.
Oh my God.
So
you hit a nerve. You hit a nerve. Nah, for real. That's the story of my life. That's the story of my life. Everybody, at least my opinion. So if we ever got into a beef or we argued before, this is my opinion. I feel like whenever I talk or whenever something is, it's two options. Motherfuckers make it sound like I'm speaking like Chinese to them.
Me too.
Or listen to respond.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yo, I'm like, that's all reaction. You got from all I said.
Right.
I be so pissed. I think that's why I'm so closed off. Because I'll be like, the moment I feel myself, I'll be like, you know what, never mind. Because I'll be like, I got to explain this shit.
I'm the same way. I am the same way. What's your sign?
Libra.
Oh, okay. So you're an air sign like me, and I'm Aquarius.
Okay.
So
I'm not into the horoscope, so you enlightening me right now. So
yes, air signs, like, we can be in our heads, but Libras, they balance. You're more of a logical thinker. Like, you don't just respond. You think about it. But most people don't do that. But I get that all the time. I'm like, am I speaking Spanish or something? Like, but you got to surround yourself with like-minded people, because if you keep talking to the same people that get you irritated or just respond and not really listening, those are not the people that you need to be around. They're not feeding anything into you.
Yeah.
They're not pouring into you. My saying is, it's never that deep. And my family and friends hate when I say that, but I'm not going to say it's not, but it don't be. Like, everybody's perception of things is different, obviously. But people, like I said, I'm the same way. People take what I say and just twist it and turn it, and it's like, I ain't even say all of that. It's like, if you listen and get out of your head and stop being so defensive, you would understand what I'm trying to say. Like, but no. Also, I was talking about, as far as communication with texting, I'm a voice note queen, because you're not about to hit me with okay because you didn't listen. You ain't read. I ain't feel like reading the paragraph. Oh, okay. So now you're gonna hear what I have to say.
Okay,
yeah. You're gonna listen
I
to
might
my
need
emotions.
to start doing
Yeah.
that, because like I get into so much bullshit with text messages because everybody just read it in their own head. I'm like, oh my god,
Yes.
there's no way you think. But yeah, I think voice notes is the way, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get your point across, and there's no miscommunication.
Yeah, you're gonna hear the tone. You're gonna hear everything. So yeah, I think I need to start doing that a lot more. I send voice notes, but it's just like, yeah, I think I need to start doing that. And everybody going like, yo, you never text now. Just a bunch of fucking voice notes.
I don't. If
like,
I text, it's real quick. They know. Oh, Bree's gonna hit you with a voice note real quick, because you're not about to play with me. No,
for sure.
People love saying, "Oh, I'm a bad texter." Are you really? Goes into trust.
Yeah.
Into relationships, because you in your phone all day.
True.
On Instagram, in DMs, doing a fucking parlay or whatever. You could text me back. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Nah, for sure. Where you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years.
Let me round it up because it's 24. So about 2030. 2030, where you see yourself for the next decade?
A mom.
Okay.
Let's see. Probably still working for my job, because I do love my job.
Okay. That's different.
Because I want to move up.
Got you.
I don't know. I may move out of Jersey.
Okay.
Still continuing the podcast, and just really living life. Like,
for sure.
I don't really want to set goals.
Any day could be your day, and I don't mean far as the day, guys.
Right. Right. We ain't talking about that.
Yeah, it's not always that, but it can always take off any day too. So you got to put that same effort in as you put in. Oh, any day could be your last.
Yeah.
So if you treat it as any day could be that day you take off, you will have way more energy than you do putting that work in. So that's why I'm so consistent, man. I'm just like, I try to make every weekend a record weekend, and just try to, give people a platform and just do, because any day could be that day. They can be taking off for them. Anything, it could take off for me. It's just like anything can happen. Yeah. So it's in our favor, yo. Like, I want to just say that too. Like, I know it's a lot of things and a lot of people get successful overnight, and we feel as though like, oh, we've been doing this for so long, this, that, and the third. One, like she said, it's your crowd. Two, it's your cadence to your gift and your purpose, because if you're using your purpose for success, it's not really a purpose, it's a motive. So you got to understand, bro, your purpose is just going to say like, yo, whether it's years, whether it's decades, I'm walking in this because that's what God want me to, and then I want it as well. So if you want it just as bad, your purpose is going to bring you success. So everybody needs to understand, bro, when you walk in your purpose, success is going to come. That's why I say it's in our favor. But they just want to distract you with the money and all this other shit just to, so you can just walk into that. it's different. So I just wanted to. I know I got deep on
No,
that.
you
I
good. You
apologize,
good.
but
You good.
yeah, 5, 20, 30, man. You never know. I might be on y'all networks for real. Have my own network.
That's
Have
on
my own
period.
studio. Like you never know. So.
So to piggyback off of that,
Mm-hmm.
since we getting deep, because I gets deep. Everybody's path is different. So what may work for you
Mm-hmm.
may not work for the next person. And I think that people be looking at other people's paths like he jumped from A to Z, like you said, overnight success. And maybe God wants you to go through a little bit more trials and tribulations because he's going to put you in the same situation until you learn that lesson. So you ever felt like you've been in a situation multiple times and you're like, why I keep hitting this roadblock? It's because you did not learn a lesson that he wanted you to learn to get to the next level. You worrying about the person in front of you, don't know where he went through to get there. Or you worrying about the person in back of you. When you driving, you looking forward, right? You're not looking back.
Mm-hmm.
You are looking forward because you're driving, but that's the same way in your life. People want to look to the back, the side. Yeah, you're supposed to drive for everybody around you, but you're still looking forward. I just wanted to touch on that, y'all. Like, everybody's path is different. Like,
Please don't compare your shit, bro. Like, it's the one thing that I did, especially just with my platform, just comparing. Like, oh, they got this guest, I need this shit. Oh, they got this, I want to do that. You gotta just walk in what you can control. If you control those little few people you got, trust me, they'll pass it along if they feel it too. And I think that's what I got out of too. Just I think I said this before, but just entitlement. I think that's one of the biggest lessons I had because I felt like because I was from the hood, I was from this. I had these group of people they supposed to post and do all this stuff, and that was not the case. That was one of the biggest reality checks I cashed, and I'm thankful for that. Like I see a lot of people bounce for real, like they bounce for real, and I appreciate that though, like because that's a lesson within itself. I'm glad I'm not 40 years old, like still looking like, oh, where my friends at? I know what's up. I just play a lot of people at their own game and just let it just, if that's what it is, cool. But eventually, of course, I'm going to just fade to black.
yeah.
But I got to just let you think that I don't know or I'm just like that bamboozled to where you just like, yeah, I got him. Yeah, okay. What's the best advice you either gotten or that you've given?
Ooh, these questions. Best advice I've ever gotten or given. The best one right now I could say
Mm-hmm.
is at the end of the day, they gotta end.
Oh my God.
No, but seriously though,
It really
like
do
if
end.
yeah, it does, and that's why I say like take it day by day and make sure every day you're walking in your purpose or you're finding that peace.
Mm-hmm.
Because when that day ends, you never know what the next day is going to bring to you. Best advice I ever gave. I give a lot of good advice. I just always say, be yourself.
Yeah,
No matter who is in the room, what you're doing, be yourself. I could say that's my best advice because my mom was nervous about this job that she has now. And she was like, oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. I'm going to ask these questions. I'm going to do all this. I'm like, Mom, go in there and just be yourself. Don't worry about what you think you got to do for this interview, what you know from the past. And she was like, okay, because I know this. She ended up getting the job, making good money.
That's what's up.
All because she listened to me.
Salute, moms.
Yeah, try to stand, get into that bag. But no, for real, like, and I wasn't this wisdom person. I had my own trials and tribulations, a follower wanting to run behind this crowd, doing
Yeah, me
this,
too.
doing
Me too.
that, like, so I lost myself because I was being everybody else around me and not being myself. Because when I was myself, I was misunderstood. I was like, oh, like, especially coming around here, like you said, oh, I thought she was bougie because she from Union. But she cool as hell. Like, oh, she got a car and this, that, and that. I'm just like, I thought that was normal. Like, you work hard, you get a car, you do this, not knowing that everybody's life is not the same. Like I said, I'm trying to keep up with people and they back there.
For sure.
I'm just like, oh, and I'm just being myself. Like you said, being envious. Because people could be envious of you of who you are. Not monetary things, just your personality, you coming around. Like, but people judge me too. But once, like I said, I found myself and I was confident in myself, then you can't tell me nothing. Like, you can't tell me nothing now. So I always say be yourself, be real, and be honest. That's the best way. Like, even if it hurts somebody, just tell the truth. Just be honest.
Lift yourself up, bro. Because the world ain't going to do it. You should know by now your friends ain't going to do it. But I know a lot of people have a great friend group. So this don't go to everybody. But I'm talking to that somebody that's just like me, that got to get it out the mud themselves, and they got to uplift themselves every day, because if not, they're going to feel like they're less than. So just know the power that you have. That voice is effective. So tell yourself every day that you're going to be that, because you are that.
I got a question.
What's up?
How did you balance Marcus and the street person?
I got older. Let's just say that. You get older and you just see the difference in the values, and you start to see like, yo, people only like me when I'm this way, but if I'm myself, it kind of like shakes them away, or they don't want to deal with that person. I'd rather be the person nobody deals with, because coming with that, the street side, and just, having this image, it's like, it's hard to keep up with too. Like, it's hard to keep up with that image, and it ain't worth it at the end of the day. And I think that's the price of getting older. You start to see like the streets change, so you gotta change. Yeah. So it's a lot of things. So I changed with the program. So Marcus is a very well respected young man. So I'd rather be myself, and not saying that, because I got a nickname that it's a different person. I'm still that same guy, but I just know the value of just committing to being myself. Yeah. So that's really just the balance, and it's a hard balance now. You'll see it out here in today. Like, a lot of people are committing to the image they started, you know, and once you rip that off, they have nothing to give. It's nothing to just say, hey, I am Earl now.
Right.
Like, man,
right.
Your name E, right? Shoot him E.
Exactly.
Shoot him up E.
Exactly.
You feel me? So, a lot of people don't know, just once they feel like they themselves, they just feel like, I'm not enough. They have that self-doubt again. Yeah. Because you create and then you reinvent yourself. So that's one of my regrets too, I could say. Just diving in that image a little too long. Because that temporary happiness felt really good. Like, it was really good as far as just like temporary compliments and all this shit. Just, it didn't feed anything but ego. And I think that's really what it was, just myself and ego. Yeah. Just, I think that's the answer in itself. That's really what it was.
Yes, I think we all have an image. Like I said, Tonic is the person that I was on Instagram for a long time, until I added Brii, because now you're getting a mixture of both. Mm-hmm. But if you only know Tonic, you're going to be like, oh, you're supposed to be like this. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not. But the definition of Tonic is giving energy, good energy. So I am being myself because I give good energy, but goes back to reading and comprehension. Mm-hmm. But it's the meaning to everything. But like you said, that image, because it is hard. Like you said, you would see somebody, and like I said with us, I'm like, I know you, right?
Right.
But you're like probably looking like, how does she know me? And I'm like, it's not that. I just like, I know him in real life. I just can't think of it right now. But yeah, I've seen people off social media or just in life at jobs, and it's like, you're not the same person. That is so crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's
wild.
So crazy.
It's wild. And it's out here.
I never thought of it like that. 'Cause I never got so caught up into it where it's like, oh, I had to keep up an image. But some, like you said, some people really get caught up in that image of who they portray themselves to be on social media or just in life. Mm-hmm. And that is crazy.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But you know, to the world, it's everything. You know, because they don't see the struggles. They just see like, oh, he's still keeping up with what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. You know, just through those years of, you know, the image I portrayed, bro. It was a lot of dark nights. It was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
sleepless nights. Like it was a lot of everything, man. So to overcome that and to come out with this genuine platform, man, I'm thankful, and I'm just
Yes. You don't
yeah,
see that often, honestly.
yeah, for sure,
You
for
don't
sure,
see it often. Like,
yeah.
people rather die on that hill
Oh,
than
yeah,
to just put their pride aside and just be happy with your life. 'Cause I know you're not happy with your life.
yeah,
Like, that is, I'm so happy. That's
yeah, for
good.
sure. I really understand how short life is, you know. And you just understand now. Now, I think now we're in a time and an energy to where years feel like months. We go by like, damn, that was 8 years ago.
Yes.
So now, like, I'm in that like position of life to where it's like, nah, I gotta just be authentic and genuine all throughout this shit
Mm-hmm.
because I ain't got no time to waste no more on something prideful or something just ego driven. Like I'd rather just be me. Whoever just come, they come. Whoever stay, they stay. Whoever leave, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how I
Whoever
look
leave,
at life.
thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you believe everything happens for a reason?
Absolutely. I believe in timing more than anything
Oh,
now.
yes. If I,
Timing is really
okay,
everything.
it is.
And the more you try to rush it, the more, like you said, you're gonna have that cycle. And it's just like, yo, you gotta let time be time. And just because you feel like, oh, I'm gonna record 100 episodes today, I should be good. Don't
Right.
rush that time because now
Exactly.
you just drained yourself out when you got 100 more to go.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, don't rush your time. And I believe in it. And I think with believing in timing, you gotta have a lot of discipline because if you rush yourself, you're gonna want that temporary itch. You're gonna want to just
Mm-hmm.
go after what's giving you that little short high. You
Exactly.
like, oh my
Yep.
God, yeah. So timing is everything too. Yeah,
Yes.
but everything happens for a reason for sure. Yeah. And
Okay.
your purpose gonna lead you in that. You know,
Yep.
once you figure it out or once you have a little slight idea and you walk with that, trust me, you'll see like the value of timing and reasoning for sure. Hell yeah. So I should get that tatted somewhere.
Period.
Yeah,
I feel
for
the
sure.
same exact way. That's
For
crazy that
sure.
you took all the thoughts
I'm sorry,
out of
but
my head. No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
good. Like,
Yeah,
I feel the
yeah, for
same way.
sure.
I don't hear that often.
Yeah,
I don't hear it at all, actually. Um, yeah. People like, no, I don't think so, or everything happens for a reason, for real.
yeah,
Everything.
yeah. It's because they expect certain things to happen, or because they've
They
been through
expect
something,
gratification.
they expect it to go through it again the same way.
Yeah.
Because it happened that first way, it was a reason for that first way. So now that it's happening again, it may be similar, but trust me, it's a different outcome.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta understand that. But you know, let's if you have to give a gem to the family just for any lane, just to give some life advice to the family, what would you give them?
If you keep thinking about it, do it.
Mm.
If you can't sleep and you just, like I said, it's always in the back of your mind, just go for it, whatever it is, big, small, like, and don't worry about other people. Do it for yourself. Strangers are going to support you before your friends. So whatever you want to do, just do it. Just do it. Whether you fail, whether you succeed, whether it takes years, just do it. Just do it.
Y'all heard her? Just fucking do it,
Yeah,
man.
just
Yeah,
do
go
it
after it. Go
and
after it.
pray about
Yeah.
it.
Oh my God.
Pray
Yeah.
about
Most
it.
importantly. Yeah.
Talk to God before you do anything. He will give you the answers.
For sure. For sure. Let the people know where they can follow you and where they can, you know, do all that gadget shit at.
You guys can follow me at Brii with 2 eyes _ TONIC. If you want to follow my podcast page, it's Off the Script. It's linked in my regular page. And hopefully y'all see me on the next
For
episode or
sure.
whatever.
For sure. For
Thanks
sure.
for having me.
Yeah, for sure. This is always a home. Whenever you want to pop some shit, man, it's always a home. Just say the word. This is what I do. I try to, you know, create homes here. So again, I appreciate your time and I appreciate you, your words. Gem family, please. You know, send her some gems, flood her crazy with this
Yes.
shit, you know what I mean? But again, thank you for your time. I'm honored to have you, and we'll see y'all next time on Spill the Gems.